Rahim Alhamdulillah Salatu Wassalamu Rasulullah. So here's a master list of mabni nouns. Uh, this is like, as we said again, the master list of mabni nouns. Okay, and we're working from this. So we talked about the damair, bariz and mustatir, and then last time we talked about asma al mawsula, alladhi, etc. And then today I like to talk about asma al ishara, the demonstrative pronouns, inshallah. So, demonstrative pronouns, again, al asma al ishara, okay, or asma ul ishara, ishara, asma al ishara, okay, mudaf with a construction. Asma al ishara, ism al ishara is a noun which is used to point to something. So, singular would be ism al ishara, okay. It's a noun that's used to point to something, to bring attention to something, point at something, okay? We know this. And then these are divided into two, okay? Uh, for pointing at things that are kharib, lil kharib, and lil ba'id, lil ba'id, okay? Lil kharib and lil ba'id, for near and for far, lil kharib and lil ba'id. And then again, for here again, there will be like masculine and feminine. There will be two categories, masculine and feminine, and then for each one of them, masculine and feminine, each will have one. Okay, so let's talk about al asma al ishara. So al asma al ishara, al asma al ishara, al asma al isharati lil muzakkar, li muzakkar, for men, muzakkar, asma al isharati lil muzakkari. And then, of course, this is haza, hazani, hazani, and hazaini, hazani, and hazaini, and haulai, haulai. Okay, singular, dual, and plural. Okay, and hazaini is for nasab and jar. Okay, so this is for, I want to distinguish this. Okay, so this is for like nasab and jar. Okay, so nasab and jar. Haza, hazani, haulai. These. Okay, so this is like this, these two, and these. Okay, so haza, hazani, haulai. Okay, and then for lil ba'id. Okay, and then we have zalika, zalika. Okay, and then zanika, 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 and then zainika, zanika, zainika, and then ulaika. أولئك أولئك. Okay, again, that, those two, and those, that, those two, and those. Okay, so this is for lil kharib, for near, and this is for far. Of course, you got this right. So الأسماء إشارة للمذكر: هذا، هذان، هذين، هؤلاء. هذين is for نصب and jar. هذا، هذان، هذين، هؤلاء. ذلك، ذانك، زينك، هؤلاءك. ذلك، ذانك، زينك، هؤلاءك. Okay, this is for الأسماء الإشارة للمذكر. And then we have أسماء الإشارة للمؤنث. أسماء الأسماء الإشارة للمؤنث. للمؤنث مذكر and للمؤنث. Say مؤنث. مؤنث للمؤنث for female. And here again you have near and then you have far. قريب and far. So for near, okay, هذا، هذه، هذه. Okay, هذه، هاتان، هاتان، هاتين، هاتين، هاتان، هاتين، and هؤلاء، 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 هذه. And then تلك. Okay, تلك، تانك، تلك، تانك، تينك. تلك، تانك، تينك، and أولئك. أولئك. Okay, now observe that for both the muzakkar and muannas, هؤلاء is the same. هؤلاء is the same, and أولئك is the same. Okay, these are the same. هذا، هذان، هذين، هؤلاء. ذلك، ذانك، زينك، أولئك. هذه، هاتان، هاتين، هؤلاء. تلك، تلك، تانك، تينك، أولئك. Again, this is for nasab and jar. Okay, nasab and jar. Nasab and jar, same thing. So هذا، هذان، هذين، هؤلاء. ذلك، ذانك، زينك، أولئك. هذه، هاتان، هاتين، هؤلاء. تلك، تانك، تينك، أولئك. So أسماء الإشارة. This is demonstrative pronouns. I forgot to say that. demonstrated pronoun. أسماء الإشارة للقريب للبعيد، للقريب للبعيد، للقريب for مذكر and مؤنث. So for مذكر هذا، هذان، هذين، هؤلاء. ذلك، ذانك، زينك، أولئك. هذه، هاتان، هاتين، هؤلاء. And for تلك، تلك، تعنك، تينك، أولئك. Okay, so that's how ذلك الكتاب like that. Okay, so we know this. Some notes on أسماء الإشارة. Okay, In the case of Asma'ul Isharat al Kharif, for both masculine and feminine, the list, this little ha that's over there in the beginning is not actually part of the Ismul Ishara. In fact, it is a harfu tanbihin. Okay, this is actually harfu tanbihin. Tanbihin. This is harfu tanbihin. However, it is so often used with asma al isharat al kharib that is normally considered part of them. Okay, that's the harfu tanbih. Okay, so point number two, the ka of ismul ishara lil ba'id. The ka ismul ishara lil ba'id, zalika, zanika, zainika, ulaika, is sometimes changed according to the number of persons addressed. Okay, so is sometimes this ka is sometimes changed depending on the plurality of the things being addressed. Zalikuma for two of them. Okay. For example, Zalikuma Rabbukuma. He is the Lord of both of you. Okay. Rabbukuma. So Zalikuma. Okay. Zalikuma. Okay. So the ka of Ismul Ishara lil Ba'id is sometimes changed according to the number of persons being addressed. The meaning will not be affected. He's like Zalikuma Rabbukuma. That he is the Lord of both of you. Okay. He is the Lord. Okay. So Zalika became Zalikuma. Okay. Rabbukuma. You're the Lord of both of you. Zalika. Instead of saying Zalika Rabbukuma, Zalikuma Rabbukuma. Okay. So that's that little thing for, and that's for this ka for ba'id. This ka can change depending on the number of people that being or is being addressed, etc. So the ka is sometimes changed according to the number of persons being addressed. The meaning will not change. Okay, so you're pointing to a singular dual plural, but if you ulaikuma, those would be addressing to two people, etc. Okay. So that's one thing. If the musharun ilay is a mudaf, then the ismul ishara will come after the mudaf ilay. This is another rule that we have to kind of understand. Okay, this is a rule that we have to understand here. Okay, okay. If musharun ilay is a mudaf, okay, so there's a mudaf and there's a mudaf ilay construction, right? Ilayhi, okay. So, and if ismu ishara is a mudaf, if the ismu ishara is pointing to a mudaf, then the ismu ishara will come after mudaf ilayh. Ismu ishara for the mudaf will come after the mudaf ilayh. Okay. So, for example, kitabuka haza. Okay. So it's actually let me put this in the same ink so this would make sense. Okay. So if the ismu ishara is pointing to the mudaf, it will come after the mudaf. It won't come in the beginning. Okay. So that you'll see what I'm saying. Kitabuka. Kitabuka. Okay. Hazihi. Kitabuka. Okay. Kitabuka hazihi. Haza. So this will be translated, this book of yours. This will be translated as this book of yours. Because if you put haza kitabuka, it will be this is your book. Okay. Haza kitabuka will be this is your book. Okay. Kitabuka haza, this book of yours. Okay. So because if you say haza kitabuka, it will be this is your book. Kitabuka haza means this book of yours. Okay. So If the ism ishara is for a mudaf, you put it after the mudaf ilayh. It won't go over here. Okay, so that's another one point. Okay, point number 4. If the ism ishara occurs as a mubtada, then the khabar will generally be a nakira. Okay, so if ism ishara, let's put it like this. Okay, ism al ishara. Okay, and if it comes as a mubtada, if it comes as a mubtada'un, then the khabar is generally nakira. The khabar is generally nakira. Okay, for example, haza kitabun, haza kitabun, this is a book. Okay, however, if the khabar is also ma'rifa, then a suitable damir should be added between the mubtada, which is an ismul ishara, and the khabar for it for it to remain a complete sentence. Okay, so however, the khabar is also a ma'rifa. Okay, if ism ishara is mubtada, the khabar is nakira. Haza kitabun, this is a book. Okay, and if you wanted to is a ma'rifa. So if the khabar is a ma'rifa, now just look at this. Okay, look at this sentence. Haza, okay, al-kitab. So this is the book. Okay, this is the book. Okay, so this is not how you do it. If it's nakira, you say this haza huwa al-kitab. Okay, so this, if you're pointing here, this is the book I was talking about. Okay, because these are used for pointing, right? So if ism ishara is mubtada, the khabar is nakira. If the khabar is ma'rafa, and then you have to add a proper damir, then you have to add a suitable damir, should be added between the mubtada, which is an ismul isharati, and the khabar for it is to remain a complete sentence. Okay, should be added between the mubtada, which is an ismul ishara. Okay, and the khabar is for it to remain a complete sentence. So this would mean haza huwa al-kitab. This is the book I was talking about. Okay, so if you're really pointing to it, so this means haza kitabun. This is a book. Okay, so this means this is a book. There's no pointing that's occurring over here. Okay, and this is the book that I was talking about, like that. Haza huwa al-kitab. Okay, so that's one thing that you have to understand nakira. If no damir is added, it would be an incomplete sentence. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, but if you just write hazal kitab, means this book. Hazal kitab, this book. So it's not a complete sentence. Hazal kitab, this book. Haza huwa al-kitab, this is the book. Okay. Point number 5. If the khabar is a mudaf, then there will be no need for a damir to be added between the mubtada and the khabar. Haza ibn Maliki. Okay. So, unless in this scenario, here's the same scenario. See, ismul ishara. Ismul ishara is a mubtada. Ismul ishara is a mubtada. Okay, but the khabar, okay, but the khabar is a mudaf. Mudaf ilayh. But the khabar is a mudaf ilayh construction. Then you don't have to do this. Okay, so for example, haza ibnu Al-Maliki. Okay, this is the son of the king. Okay, here you don't have to do that. So just notice the differences. Here, all of these is ismu ishara is the mubtada. Ismu ishara is the mubtada in all of these cases. Okay, in the first case, if the khabar is nakira, if the khabar is nakira, like this, okay, uh, then this is then if the khabar is nakira, this would be like this. If the khabar is ma'rifa, then you have to add a proper damir like this. Okay, otherwise it's not a complete sentence. But if ism ishara is a mubtada and the khabar starts with a mudaf, then there's nothing that you have to add. This will be an appropriate sentence over here. Okay. And finally, the last point that we have in this section is these two words, huna and ha huna. Huna ha huna, uh, which means here. Okay, and ha huna, huna is here, and hunaka, hunaka there. So are also the ism ishara. Okay, these are also is al isharati. They're also ism ishara. But however, they do not have any particular rules. Okay, huna is and huna ha huna is here, and hunaka over there. Okay, are also ism ishara. Okay, and they do not have any particular rules. Now there is a sentence that's analyzed over here, so let's analyze this sentence too. Haza al khalamu. هذا القلم نافي sun. Okay. Okay. هذا القلم. Okay. This, of course, this is how we're going to analyze. هذا القلم اسم إشارة. اسم إشارة. And this is going to be مشار إليه. Okay. And together they will make the mubtada. Okay. And here, this is khabar. And together, let's do this. Nafisun is khabar. And mubtada and khabar will jumla ismiya khabariya. Okay, so هذا الخلم اسم إشارة مشار إليه, that's mubtada and that's a khabar. This is a precious pen. Nafisun. Okay, nafisun is precious. That's a new vocab word that you have to know. Nafisun is precious. This is a precious pen. Okay, so that's how we analyze some of these sentences. Inshallah, next time we'll go on a little bit. Before we finish, let's just review again because we want to learn this stuff. Today we talked about ismul ishara. These are again mabni. Now, this is a category of nouns that are mabni. Ism ishara, demonstrative pronouns. Ism ishara is for have two lil kharib lil ba'id, for near and far, and for men and women. Ism ishara lil muzakkar. Ism ishara lil muzakkar is for near and far. For muzakkar is haza, hazani, hazaini, haula'i. Far, zalika, zanika, zainika, ula'ika. So haza, hazani, hazaini, haula'i. zalika, zanika, zainika, ula'ika. And ism ishara lil mu'annas هذه هاتان هاتين هؤلاء. Okay, هذه هاتان هاتين هؤلاء. تلك تانك تينك أولئك. So you have to memorize this. هذا هذان هذين هؤلاء. ذلك ذلك ذينك أولئك. هذه هاتان هاتين هؤلاء. تلك تانك تينك أولئك. Okay, for بعيد it's the same for men and women. هؤلاء أولئك هؤلاء أولئك, because from far they will look the same. So that's that, and we talked about took some notes over here. Ism Ishara is referring to a mudaf, you put it after the mudaf ilay. That's this rule over here. And if Ism Ishara is a mubtada and khabar is generally nakira, as a kitabun, Ism Ishara is followed by a ma'rifa, then we have to put appropriate damir to make a proper sentence. This is the book. All right. If Ishara is a mubtada, but is followed by mudaf mudaf ilayh, you don't have to put anything in between. And finally, huna, ha huna, which means here, huna ha huna, which means here, hunaka, which is there. These are also ism ishara, but they don't have any special rules. Inshallah, next time we'll go on from here. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah.